Today I'm going to take a walk from King's Cross, from the Swinton Hotel, to a place called the Jewel Tower. It's about 300 and... no, how much is it? 800? 700? Anyway, it's really, really old. It's one of the two medieval buildings in Westminster to survive some fire in the 1800s. Sounds very interesting. I'm going to take a walk there. I think it's about an hour, and weather's holding, so this should be good. That's a statue of Boudica up there. She was the Queen of the Iceni in Norfolk, and I mentioned her in my video when I was at Venta Icenorum, the Roman town just south of Norwich.
Take a right onto the path, then in 90 yards, the destination is on your right. In 30 yards, the destination is on your right, Jewel Tower. Arrived.
Made it here. Now I've just had a look at what this place is, the Jewel Tower. Built around 1365 and housed Edward III's treasures and was known as the King's Privy Wardrobe. All the crowds are just out here behind me, tens of thousands of people trying to get into Westminster Abbey and looking at the Houses of Parliament and so on and so on. Always huge crowds here. But here at the Jewel Tower, there's nobody. Let's go and have a look. The tower was built to store Edward III's gold and silver treasures until they were needed at other places like Westminster Palace or one of his manors and castles. The palace sat where Houses of Parliament are today. There was a great fire in 1834 which destroyed much of the medieval palace. The wind was blowing away from the Jewel Tower, which helped save it from any damage. If it hadn't been for that fire, we wouldn't have Houses of Parliament there, probably. The palace would still be there. So here we go, here's a model of it. This is the Jewel Tower where I am now. That's Westminster Abbey. And here is Westminster Palace. This is the one that burnt down in the 1830s and where the Houses of Parliament now reside. And this is it today. So there's your Westminster Abbey, and that's the Houses of Parliament with the clock tower there with Big Ben in it. And again, that's the Jewel Tower just here, where I am. But actually it wasn't just the Jewel Tower that survived the fire. There was also Westminster Hall, which is now part of the Houses of Parliament. And this is pretty interesting. There used to be a channel of water coming from the Thames right to the Jewel Tower here. But over here, it doesn't exist anymore.
We seem to be missing nothing, so there is no accusation. But we do need to understand this irregularity. 3 of the expected.
I think it's a metal door. So that's the Jewel Tower. Just come outside here, and I think this must be, I can't think of what else it would be, this was the original line of water coming from the Thames that I saw on the model upstairs. So the Jewel Tower was, well, partly underwater at that side there. There we go, Jewel Tower. It doesn't take a long time to see it. It's really only the 2 floors that you can get into. And it looks like the water from the Thames came all the way around here as well. So it's not a big tower, it's only very, very small. You could really look at it in about 15 minutes, so it took me an hour to walk here. Just behind me there's another film shoot. You really do see them all over London. I've seen, what, 2 or 3 here now, so also saw one in Paris. I guess filmmakers are spoiled for choice here. I mean, as a filmmaker myself, I've only directed 1 movie, but well, I'd love to shoot around here. I'm gonna go find a pub. Most of them are closed, but I saw one that's open at 11 instead of 12, and I'm just hunting for it now. There it is.
The destination is on your right. Buckingham Arms.
Buckingham Arms. That's my destination just over there. It's the Buckingham Arms. So apparently they're open. Let's go and take a look.